Hey. In our last video titled How Ordinals and the BSV Blockchain are Revolutionizing Creative Art and Digital Assets, we delved into the challenges faced by artists and creators in the digital age, specifically focusing on the issues surrounding the buying and the selling of digital art as NFTs, as well as the dependence on platforms that may shut down, and the unequal distribution of profits on stock websites. We also scrutinized the existing NFT market and explored how Ordinals and the BSV blockchain can potentially revolutionize the landscape by enabling creators to monetize their work, reduce the necessity or the need for intermediaries, and secure a reliable way to record, store, and transfer digital art and assets. We also outlined how Ordinals and the BSV blockchain address some of these hurdles, allowing you to monetize your work without the need for middlemen. But before we get involved in all this, like buying and selling JPEGs, MP3s, or MP4 files, we mentioned several issues that we should be looking out for. For example, the first one was, how does the digital asset add value to the buyer or the owner? And then we ask, are the identities of the parties involved in the transaction known? Is there a legal recourse for the buyer if the seller provides false or misleading information about the item? And then we ask, do the digital assets depend on a single business or a website or a server that might stop existing? Ordinals and the BSV blockchain help with these concerns. Firstly, the Bitcoin SV blockchain functions as a timestamp server. It confirms the creation of your work once you've finalized it and you've inscribed it on the blockchain. To me, this is a critical step in verifying your copyright before monetization. And then second, your creative works in the form of ordinals are recorded on the BSV blockchain. It then ensures that you've got access to your works even if all your devices are lost. Lastly, the BSV blockchain facilitates a simpler and easier way to transfer ownership, possession, and control of your creative works, minimizing the dependence and the necessity for middlemen, intermediaries. And the more of those we can cut off, the cheaper it is for us to do business. So in this video, we will demonstrate how to record a creative work as an ordinal and to evaluate the various platforms that support ordinals to assess their strengths, their weaknesses. We will explore 3 different ordinals websites running on the BSV network. We're looking at Aym.World, relayx.com, and onesatordinals.com. We've already looked at onesatordinals.com in a previous video, where we demonstrated how we can inscribe memories in the form of photographs as ordinals. And I'll link the video in the description below. The first thing we're going to do is we'll record a piece of visual art or an image or a photo that we own as an ordinal on the blockchain. Why? Well, primarily to establish ownership, to assert that I created this image. I conceived this expression of an idea. I am the originator. And why is this important? Imagine a scenario in the future where someone produces a similar photo or an image and claims that, hey, I made that. You owe me licensing or royalty fees for using it. Or, hey, you can't sell that. That's not for you to sell. That's mine to sell because I own that image. This situation could likely lead to a copyright dispute. Who holds the legal rights to sell, license, or profit from a photo, an artwork, or an image? So, by recording your works on the blockchain, you possess proof in scenarios like this to demonstrate that you were the first to create that piece of art, that photo, or that illustration. And when you have this proof on the immutable blockchain, it also gives you that confidence that you can resolve any future disputes that may arise. And further, if someone replicates your work and sells the copy or profits by charging licensing fees for that copy, you can challenge them with the evidence to prove that that's not right for them to do. So let's proceed and record a piece of art or a photo or an image. But we'll need to create something ourselves. It is advisable to refrain from uploading material that you do not own on the blockchain. And that will help you keep away from trouble that you don't really need. So I will use an image that I generated with the aid of AI. When AI was initially introduced, I was inspired to create an image that depicted what the world might resemble thousands or millions of years from now, when humans are long gone and our desolate cities remain decaying. This was not the exact prompt that I used, but the result was this. Ghostly vestiges of our decaying skyscrapers jut out like skeletal remains, casting long, lonely shadows over the hollow plains where once thrived a sprawling metropolis of life. Within this abandoned behemoths, a fading heartbeat of nuclear-powered luminescence persists, an enduring testament to our vanished civilization. Through the desolate twilight, they cast an ethereal glow, painting the city in melancholic hues of blues, oranges, and purples. Each flicker seems to whisper 1,000 untold stories of humanity's glory days, stirring a symphony of desolation and grandeur. And beneath this spectral cityscape, the earth is fracturing, torn asunder by the relentless churn of magma. Volcanic lava spills into the ravines like molten scars. And above all this, a pristine sky unfurls, gigantic swathes of our Milky Way galaxy sprawling across the celestial dome. A mesmerizing kaleidoscope of starlight, nebulas, and interstellar mysteries. They are silent witnesses to the cycle of life, death, and transformation that unfolds below. A paradoxical symphony of despair and wonder, inviting us to reflect on our impermanence and the awe-inspiring universe we fleetingly inhabit. All right. Now that we've got our artwork, or image, or photograph, the next step is to record this as an ordinal on the Bitcoin SV blockchain. In a previous video titled A Stone in the River of Time, we used the once@ordinals.com website to record memories as photographs on the blockchain. In this video, we will begin with another Ordinals website operating on BSV called Aym.World. And after that, we will experiment with another platform called relayx.com to explore and understand the features that these different platforms provide. All right, so stick around. Okay, let's start with Aym.World. This is the website. The first time you log on, you have two options: sign up or log on. We're going to sign up, accept the terms and conditions, generate the keys, copy your keys to a text file. It's got your seed words, pay wallet private key, and ordinal wallet private key. Click on Save My Keys. Click on My Addresses to see your public keys for BSV Funding Wallet and the BSV Ordinal Wallet. I'm going to my wallet and transfer money to the BSV Funding Wallet, just enough to be able to do what we need to do on this video. Done. We'll check the transaction on the Blockchain Explorer, whatsonchain.com. Now, even though the transaction is still showing as unconfirmed on whatsonchain.com, we can already see the funds on our Aym.World wallet. Let's also take this opportunity now to browse Aym.World. This link is called the RT Factory. This is where you can mint tokens, text ordinals or artifacts, files, which include images and collections. This is the bazaar, and this is where you can buy other people's ordinals You can also buy BSV20 tokens, but we won't be talking about BSV tokens in this video. Let's look at these collections. Oh, you've got Harry Potter Drunk. All right, and that is selling for 150 BSVs. There you go. You can make money selling ordinals. Now that we browsed Aym.World, we are now going to inscribe an ordinal or an artifact, as it is called in Aym.World. So we go here, we upload the image file here. Let's type the title after we are gone. Now what I notice here is that the page doesn't have the extra metadata that we've observed in once@ordinals.com website. On the previous video that we've just done, when I uploaded a photo using once@ordinals.com, we noticed that there was an option there to create fields and add metadata to our ordinals. I like the idea of having the option of adding extra metadata to ordinals that I upload, especially if we're dealing with files on which we want to lay claim on. You know, if we want to say, yes, I own this file, then our name should at least be with the ordinal itself, right? With the inscription itself. So we want to establish the fact that as of this date, I, Marquez, or you, right, this file was in my possession and in my control. Now, you may, of course, disagree, and you might think you've got other ways of attaching your identity to the ordinal, then this might not be such a deal breaker for you. Naturally, you can continue on here and inscribe, but for our purpose in this video, let us check if relayx.com has this feature, and also take the opportunity of getting acquainted with relayx.com, because it is one of the big three ordinals inscribing websites with BSV. Let's go to relayx.com. You can restore a seed phrase or from a wallet you've previously created. If you don't have an account with relayx.com, then you can click on sign up. I'll leave that up to you to do, because in my case, I've already done it. So I'm just going to sign in with an existing account that I've already created to play around with relayx.com. The first time you'll sign in, you'll have a zero balance. You'll need to add BSV funds to your account by clicking on Add Funds. That is the wallet to which you need to transfer BSVs to. I've already done that. So I've got 10 USDs worth of BSVs there. Now that the wallet is funded, let's browse around relayx.com to understand what they do and how the website is structured. Coins show your wallet balances in all the different coins that you hold on the relayx.com wallet. Collectibles and activity are empty. And here are NFTs that you can buy. Club, it looks like a Twitter-like place on which to buy and sell NFTs. Swap is where you swap coins for other coins. And create is where you can create NFTs, as well as FTs. NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens. FTs is fungible tokens, and collections. At this stage, it is important to say that there are distinctions between ordinals and NFTs. They are not interchangeable. Ordinals are inscribed on Satoshis, the smallest unit of Bitcoin, while NFTs are created on smart contract platforms. Ordinals are on-chain and immutable, meaning they cannot be changed or deleted, while NFTs can be off-chain and mutable, meaning that they can be modified or removed. Ordinals are native to Bitcoin, meaning that they use the same protocol and security as Bitcoin, while NFTs are not native to Bitcoin. They use different protocols and security than Bitcoin. Are ordinals NFTs? Well, ordinals are a kind of NFTs, but not all NFTs are ordinals. Ordinals have some unique features that make them different from other NFTs, such as being on-chain and immutable. All these sections that we are browsing seem to be concerned with NFTs. In relayx.com, their inscription section is here, where it says inscribe. So we're now going to try and inscribe a digital file here. This is the address to where we inscribe the ordinal. Once at ordinals.com and Aym.World generate an ordinals wallet for you. But clicking around this site, this relayx.com website, I don't see any ordinal wallet. However, it says here, if you choose to inscribe and not provide a receiving address, please note that inscriptions will be sent to your relayx run address. You will not be able to view or send your inscriptions until after our render release. It doesn't say when that is. I'm not familiar with relayx run addresses, so it looks to me like my option for now would be to use an ordinal wallet generated by websites like OneSat Ordinals and Aym.World. So far we've encountered a couple of things. With relayx.com, it doesn't provide an ordinal wallet. It seems to use some run address that we're not familiar about. So we're going to skip that. We're going to skip relayx.com for now. With Aym.World, they don't provide the feature to add metadata fields, and I really want that feature. So given this current circumstances, for now, we're going to go back to using onceatordinals.com then to inscribe, to list an ordinal, and to buy and sell ordinals. Let's go. We're now back at onceatordinals.com. We will inscribe an image and add the metadata that we want. And to me, this is crucial, I think, for our purpose, because if you're going to claim to say that you own a particular item, then you need to identify who you are, right? So here you would type something like artist or inscriber or photographer if it's a photo that you're dealing with. In this case, I'll just use inscriber. These are options to be able to provide further details as well. If you are selling photographs or artworks, you can add fields to indicate whether something is an artwork, maybe indicate what type of artwork it is, or a description of the photograph. You can provide all the information that's relevant with regards to this ordinal. Now, after that's done, we've inscribed it, it will appear on OneSat Ordinals website like this, but it will take within about an hour for the full details to be viewable, like this. Here we can see the metadata that we've included for this work. After we have inscribed our artwork, photograph, or visual art on the blockchain, we have established a piece of evidence that helps prove our copyright or ownership claim to this item or to this asset. This is most useful because in this day and age, anyone can just copy a file, inscribe it as an ordinal, and start selling it. The owner, or copyright holder should be the person who can monetize their works, unless they've agreed to transfer that privilege to another party. And at the same time, it is also important for most buyers of ordinals, especially if they are buying it on the understanding that they are buying it from the person who has the copyright claim to it. Because, an asset is not really your asset if you can't actually sell or transfer the rights for it. So by protecting your ownership to the things that you create, the next step now is how to transfer or sell the rights to the ordinal to another person. To demonstrate this, you simply go to the ordinal page on your onceatordinals.com account and click this list button here. You type here the price for which you want to offer your ordinal. In this example, let's offer it for 15 BSVs. And now when we go to market, listings, we see it there. There it is. And if people want to buy it, they can just click that. Now that we know how to have an ordinal listed for sale, it's now time to look at how we buy ordinals or how ordinals are bought on ordinals.com. To do this, I'll need to use a different ordinal to buy and sell. I'll use one that I inscribed a few weeks ago while I was experimenting with all this. I used a different OneSat ordinal account, so I will effectively log out of this OneSat ordinals account by deleting the keys, which I've already backed up. So if you haven't backed up your keys already, please do so before you delete your keys from your browser. Once you've deleted your keys, you will then need to import the set of keys that you wish to use. So you click on Import Keys. The wallet balance will initially show 0. Don't be shocked if you are expecting a balance in it, because the wallet will update within a few minutes to show your real balance and your ordinals if there are ordinals in that wallet. After the wallets have synced with the blockchain, we see that the ordinal that we have is already there. We're now going to list the ordinal for sale. We click the list button. We're going to price it as, say, 0.01 of a BSV and broadcast the transaction. Fees are so small that it's not even a cent of a US dollar. So this is why you just see broadcast is $0. Now that it is listed, we're going to try and buy it from our Aym.World account. We go to the marketplace. There it is. Let's try and buy it. It says 500. That might be referring to error 500, which is an internal server error. I tried it several times and this did not work, so we will go back to OneSat Ordinals and buy it there from their marketplaces. We are back at OneSat Ordinals. To emulate a buyer, I will now log in using the same OneSat Ordinals wallet that we used to inscribe the 2 photos and the space photo. This buyer's account will then buy the ordinal that we listed for sale. Let's go to the Market tab. Let's click Buy. It gives you details of what you're transferring. Click Buy and Broadcast. And after broadcasting, we refresh our ordinals wallet, and we now see that the robot hands ordinal is in our ordinals wallet. Okay, so that wraps up our practical demonstration of 3 platforms. To sum up, we went through Aym.World, relayx.com, OneSatOrdinals.com to do a few things. The first thing we needed to do was to inscribe an image file, something like an artwork or a photograph or any visual art that we wish to monetize. And by inscribing this image file as an ordinal on the blockchain timestamps this fact, and it can serve as a strong proof or piece of evidence that we created the file, and to demonstrate that the image file had been in our possession, our control, and or ownership at a certain period of time. On the blockchain, ordinals are associated to Bitcoin wallets. You might have the private key to the Bitcoin wallet, so this gives you control over that ordinal. But it may be argued sometimes that just because you have the keys to a car, it doesn't mean necessarily that you are the owner of that car. And this is why people do register their cars to the government, and this is how an identity is linked to who has the rightful ownership to that car. And this is why I love the feature that OneSatOrdinals.com has. They allow you to add metadata or fields of data to be associated to your ordinal, so that You can create a field and declare the fact that you are the musician or the photographer or the artist behind that creative work. You can add whatever information or data you wish to be associated to that ordinal to make clear any information that you think would be relevant. Once we've inscribed an ordinal and clarified to everyone that we created the artwork or the music or the video that the ordinal is or that the ordinal represents, we then have the option of selling the ordinal. We have gone through how to list your ordinal for sale on onesatordinals.com, and I've also shown you what the process is to buy ordinals from an ordinal marketplace. And apart from selling ordinals, you can also offer the use of your creation, whether it be an image, music, or video, for others to use. You can then charge them license fees or royalty fees. And at the moment, I know of no websites that have developed a marketplace for ordinals being licensed like stock photos, stock videos, and stock music are to date. But perhaps that's an opportunity for any of you who might be a little bit entrepreneurial. But be that as it may, no one stops you from simply making agreements with people off-chain, the normal way. And you can exchange this or share this via email or a PDF document where you, as the copyright holder, define what your licensing terms of use are. I hope this has helped give you an idea of how you can use ordinals to protect your copyright claim to your creations and sell them or license them afterwards to earn income. Opportunities exist to make money for creative people or for aspiring entrepreneurs who will develop and make it even easier to monetize ordinals. We at bsvsearch.com will soon make it possible for you to promote, sell, and license your ordinals. So subscribe to this channel so I can let you know when that is ready. And before we finish off today, I do want to thank you to all of you who support the work that we do here at BSV Search by liking, sharing, and posting about these videos. And thank you to those who are tipping us a few cents worth of BSVs on realworldpodcasts.com to show support and to demonstrate how well Bitcoin SV really works as cash. So have a fantastic week. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.